To this reading today, where I am going to be bringing you messages from your soul. And these are messages of guidance, of support, of encouragement, whatever it is that your soul wants you to know at this time. You know, there are messages that are coming through. These may be messages that you're already receiving as well, or maybe something that you're not quite yet clear on. And, and the message comes through these cards. So we are using 4 beautiful decks for this. We've got the beautiful new deck by Rebecca Campbell called The Inner Temple. This is my first time using this deck, and the Inner Temple is that, that's your soul. That's connecting deeper within your own inner temple. And then we've got the Soul's Journey, and then we've got Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell as well. And then we finish off with the Soul Coaching. So thank you, angels. What are the messages that are coming through from the soul today? What is everyone so wanting them to know? What messages are coming through? What does everyone need to know? What are the messages that are coming through? So I'm really being guided to this card to start off with. Okay, this one on top. They're still new, so they're kind of quite close together. And also this one here. Okay, so that's from this deck. And thank you, angels. From the Soul's Journey, what messages are coming through for everyone? From the Soul's Journey, what does everyone need to know? What messages are coming through? So I'm getting a couple of cards from this deck, okay? And then Work Your Light Oracle, what messages are coming through for everyone today? What does everyone need to know? Working your light is the light of your soul. That's about listening to the guidance that's coming in from within and letting that light of yours shine through. So that's that one. And then finishing off with the soul coaching. Thank you, angels. Messages from everyone's soul today. What is the message coming through from your soul? What do you need to know today? What is the message coming through? So we've got this one. We've got this one here. And we also have this one. Okay, so we've got our cards. Right, so let's turn these round and see what's coming through. Okay, so the first card that we've got from the new deck by Rebecca Campbell, which is the Inner Temple deck, is Create Some Space. So this is a powerful card, and your soul is saying to you today, create some space to connect within. Create some space for the self. That can be actually creating space for yourself in your busy schedule, making time for connecting within, making time for meditation, making time for a walk out in nature, making time for just being. This is that energy of just being and not be doing all the time. Create some space for going into your inner temple. That's what I feel this message is saying to you. Create some space for that solitude. Create that space for being able to hear the guidance and the messages that your soul is giving you. That's the message coming through. Create some space. It can be creating some space for some self-care. Create some space for just making time for the things that you love, your passions. Maybe you're putting things aside because you're so busy with other things and you are not giving yourself the time to do certain things in your life, the things that you're passionate about. Create some space. So take this message as it comes to you from your soul that's asking you to create some space. The next card that came out is the Chamber of Protection. And this is a beautiful card. And what I feel you are being shown is that you are protected. When you go within and you connect to your inner temple, this is your connection to the divine. This is where you are connecting to your divine power. You are connecting to God within. And this is the Chamber of Protection. God is where you have all the protection helping you in all areas of your life. And the more you can go within, the more you can feel that connection, feel that power, the more you know as well that you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. So, this is about you really working in partnership with God in all areas of your life. It's like that chamber of protection that helps you in all areas of your life. And it's about you knowing that you are safe, you are protected. If there are things going on in your life, some of the words that you can say that are really powerful, or if you're finding yourself getting lost in fear, I am safe, I am protected, and know that you are protected. And the more you can make space to go within, the more you feel that connection to the inner void, the connection to the temple, the connection to God within, and the more you know within yourself that you are protected. So that's the message that's coming through here. You can see this is all about the light of the divine coming all the way around your crown chakra, protecting you. You're just being shown, and coming from underneath as well, from your sort of your heart area, you are protected. So that's a beautiful message coming through. And then the next card that we've got as well from the other card deck that has come out, we've got here guilt. And the message is, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So if there is anything that you're holding on to, where you have guilt for things that have happened in the past, maybe something that you've done, it could be to do with your divine masculine, it could be to do with other things in your life, things that happened in your past, you need to release that guilt. Guilt is all about those beliefs about, I did this, and not letting it go. You need to release that. So your soul is saying to you, and you know if this message is for you, to release any beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth. Because when you're holding on to that guilt, it's not assisting with your soul's growth. Your soul is wanting to grow. Your soul is wanting you to grow. And for you to be able to grow and continue to keep evolving, you need to release any beliefs such as guilt or anything else like that. Shame, for example, all those kind of things that no longer assist in your soul's growth. So that's the next message coming through. The next card that has also come out from your soul is surrender. So if you are in a place whereby you haven't quite surrendered, or maybe you've been working on surrender, and it's, for me, I always find surrender to be an ongoing process personally. I say I've surrendered, but I just continue working on surrendering. I can release my need to control, giving it all to God, knowing you are protected. And, and surrendering when it comes to your twin flame journey, surrender, give it to God, and, and let go and just live your life, creating space in your own life, moving forward with power in your life, but surrendering that holding on or trying to control the situation. It can even be a situation with other people, things that are going on with family, with your children, or, whatever it may be, and you're trying to control everything. The message is for you to surrender. Or it's something that you're manifesting and you're trying to control. You're constantly thinking about it. How can I do this? I can release my need to control. The more you surrender, the more you let God lead the way and open the doors for you, the way the doors are meant to be open. So your soul is coming through to you here saying, surrender. Think about which area of your life this may be relating to. And your soul is saying to you, surrender. The next card that we've got that has also come out. So we've got here, let's start with this one from the Let Your Work Your Light Oracle, Deep Replenishment. And the message is, retreat, rest, be held. So this is a powerful message, and I feel this really relates to that creating some space message as well. Your soul is saying to you, it is important for you to go through a time of deep replenishment, replenishing your energy, retreating from the world, retreating from social media, retreating from technology, retreating from other people, retreating from busyness, from the busyness of life. And, and just allow yourself to be held by your soul, to be held by the divine during that time of creating some space. Take time for rest, looking after your body, mind, and soul, that time for just being. So I feel that's the big message coming through for you there. And then you also have as well, Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So, that's a question for you. How can you look after the self? Like a mother would look after a baby, how can you mother yourself during this time of that deep replenishment? Remember, everything starts with the way that you are towards yourself. Self-love is the most important thing for you in your own life. And, loving the self is about looking after the self, mothering the self. So how can you mother yourself? Your soul is asking you that question. In your life right now, how can you mother yourself? So really beautiful card coming through there. And the other card that has also come out from your soul, we'll use the same deck again. So we've got, in fact, let's use this one. We've got compassion coming through here. And, this is about having compassion for the self. That's what I feel. I feel these messages are really coming through for you and your life and how you're connecting with yourself, how you are towards yourself. This is about you having compassion towards yourself. This is about getting into that place of that unconditional love for the self. Even if you're going through certain things, even if there are things that you are still holding on guilt for, have compassion for yourself. Come from that place of love and compassion for the self. So where else do you need to release things that are holding you back and or to release that anger or guilt or shame and have that compassion for the self? That's the big message. And remember, the more you start with doing these things for the self, the more you'll be able to do with that for others. The more you're filling up your cup with all these things, that compassion, that love, that looking after yourself, the more you'll be able to help others as well. So that's the message coming through. The next card that we've got, we have here Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So your soul is saying to you, you came here with a mission to step up and lead in one way or another. How is your soul calling you to step up and lead? What are the messages that you're receiving in relation to that? What is it that you're being guided to do? Are you listening to those messages? How are you being called to step up and lead? Only you can know that. You can tell the messages and the guidance that's coming in for you. How are you being called to step up and lead? And I feel that this is a message for you to move forward and do that. Listen to your guidance. Listen to that calling. How are you being called to step up and lead? I feel your soul is saying to you, it is time for you to do that, to step up and lead. And you are being inspired. So there's a lot of inspiration coming in for you from your soul to guide you in relation to stepping up and lead. So listen to all those messages, that inspiration coming through. How are you being called to step up and lead? The next card that has come out is the Ceremony of Life. And this is a beautiful card. This is about dancing with life. This is about celebrating life. This is about being in gratitude for your life. This is about you knowing that life is a gift and really sort of living your life to the best way, in the best possible way that you can for yourself, looking after yourself, being there for the self, living your best life, not waiting for something else to happen or someone else to come into your life for you to celebrate this life that you're living. So the ceremony of life, how can you enjoy your life more? What can you do to really be living fully when it comes to your life? And the last card that we've got is abundance. So beautiful card. And I feel you're being shown that the more you're working on these things for yourself, the more it's opening you up to the life that you truly desire, to that abundance. This is about releasing the things that have been holding you back from opening up to the abundance that is meant to come into your life. You're being shown that things are coming your way. Abundance is going to be opening up for you to help you to celebrate and enjoy life even more. So you're being shown what's coming in, abundance opening up in all areas of your life. As in the message that I shared yesterday, what is meant for you will not pass you by. So what is meant for you you is coming your way. For now, focus on living your life fully, looking after the self, making space where you need to, surrendering, releasing guilt, just knowing you are safe and protected, and celebrating this life, listening to the inspiration and guidance coming in for you and stepping up to lead. I hope you have a great day. Sending you so much love.